Sorry, guys. Okay, somebody trying to call me. Okay, so once again, I was saying, if you have two test grades and you're trying to find the average of the two, and one's an 84 and one's a 90, we would add them together and divide by 2. Okay, so you'd get 174 divided by 2, so that would give you an 87%. Okay, so that's how you find an average. You add and divide by 2. That's all you do. Okay, so these coordinates of the midpoint are just the averages of the coordinates of the endpoints. That's all it is. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple of these. And it wants us to find the midpoint of segment PQ. Okay, so notice we could say this is your x sub 1 and this is your y sub 1, and then this would be your x sub 2 and this would be your y sub 2. Okay, so our midpoint, we take the average of these coordinates. So I'd go -3 plus 5 and then divide that by 2. And notice I'm adding x coordinate, taking its average and dividing by 2. And then I take the average of the y coordinate. So I add the -5 plus the 4, -5 plus 4, and then divide by 2. And then we just simplify that. Okay, so let's see, -3 plus 5 is 2, so I'd have 2 over 2. And then -5 plus 4 is -1 over 2. And then I can just simplify the 2 over 2. Obviously that gives me 1, and -1/2 is already simplified. Okay, so it looks like the midpoint is at 1 and -1/2, and if you go here, look, 1 and -1/2. It looks like that would be your midpoint right there, at 1 and -1/2, right there. Okay, so we're in good shape. Okay, so I like that guy so far. That's pretty easy. Let's take a look at another one. Okay. All right, so again, I've got point X at one endpoint, point Y at the other. Okay, so this, we could let this be like your X sub 1 and your Y sub 1 right there. And this would be your X sub 2 and your Y sub 2 right there. And it wants us to find the midpoint. Where's it located? Okay, so the midpoint, so I take the average of the X coordinates, so I add them and divide by 2. So we have a -4 plus a +4, and we divide by 2. And then I take the average of the Y coordinates. So I have a 6 plus a 0 and divide by 2. And then I just simplify. That's it. So let's see, -4 plus 4 is 0, so that's 0 divided by 2. And 6 plus 0 is 6, so that's 6 divided by 2. And then I can simplify once more. 0 divided by 2 is 0, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So it looks like the midpoint is at 0, 3. Well, 0, 3 would be right here. Okay, and it certainly looks like that's our midpoint at 0, 3. And we are done. Okay, so that is the third and final video for this week. I'll see you in class.